Hello, this is D. Allen with Life Lesson Sports. So today I wanted to talk about the new transfer portal recruits that have been showing up at the University of Colorado. Coach Prime and his recruiting staff and his team, I think they're at it again. One in particular, though, that I want to talk about, I made a video about this young man some time ago, and his name is Boo Carter. He's a transfer from the University of Tennessee, and now he's with the University of Colorado and Coach Prime. And I'm here to tell you, Boo Carter might be Colorado's next Heisman Trophy winner. And here's why: because he is a dynamic athlete on three phases of the game. He's an exceptional punt returner, he's an exceptional defender, and I believe he's going to be an exceptional player on the offensive side of the ball, specifically coming out of the backfield, whether it's via a handoff or they just throw him a short pass in open space. Now it's him one on one with a defender where it's going to be extremely difficult to bring this young man down. Coach Prime has proven players of Boo Carter's ability, he know how to use them. He did the same thing with Travis Hunter. I believe this young man, Boo Carter, is just as athletic as Travis Hunter, maybe just in different ways. His approach to defense, offense, and now he's bringing along special teams. Coach Prime had a true freshman this past season, Q for six, Quentin Gibson out of Texas, became a freshman All American as a return specialist. Coach Prime knows, he identifies talent, and he knows what to do with the talent. Now you got people out there saying all kind of stuff. Uh, they don't develop. They don't do this. It's really sad, some of the things that I've been hearing, and maybe I don't know what's true, what isn't, but I have watched Coach Prime through the years. I followed him for years, and I know he understands the game of football better than most, and he knows what to do with talent. So a lot of that stuff is just hate and outside noise, in my opinion. But I saw what he did with Travis Hunter. I saw what he did with a true freshman in Quentin Gibson this past season. And now he's brought Boo Carter into the fold. Now, Boo Carter is going to have to come in and prove himself, and he's going to have to dominate those three phases of the game. If he's going to be the starting punt returner, he's going to have to prove it, and he's going to have to dominate it as well. If he's going to be a starting defensive back, probably a safety, he's going to have to prove it, and he's going to have to dominate. And if he's going to get touches on offense, he's going to have to prove it, and he's going to have to dominate. But guess what? He's already proven that he can dominate, because as a true freshman at the University of Tennessee, he was an All-American. So the ability is there. I believe the change of environment will be good for him. And I believe in the hands of Coach Prime, dealing with an athlete of Boo Carter's ability, Coach Prime knows what to do with it. And you're getting ready to see it happen at the University of Colorado. Make no mistake about it. Everybody has to do their parts. Coach Prime's first season, they were 4-8. They were in a lot of those games. Okay. But at the end of the day, they were 4-8. Then in his second season, they were 9-4. And in position, their destiny was in their hands to go to the Big 12 championship, and they dropped it was a bad loss to Kansas. Taking nothing away from Kansas. Kansas winning that game took it from them. And so they finished the season 9-4 in a four-way tie for first place. Okay. And then this past season, 3-9. Again, in some of those games, they were in a lot of those games. They got blown out twice, but a lot of those games they could have won, but they didn't. And so they flipped the roster over. They brought in over 40 new transfers, and the transfers that I'm seeing come in with a lot of production, leadership, a lot of them captains and leaders on their previous teams, and they're proven. Even the folks that will probably come in as depth pieces, and they've even brought in some young players with 3 years of eligibility, 4 years of eligibility, and they've signed some high schoolers during this recent period as well. Coach Prime's hand, his DNA is all over what's going on right now. I love the new hire at the offensive coordinator position, Coach Marion bringing in the go-go offense, and we'll see how all of that works. And Coach Livingston on defense, he's an exceptional defensive coach when the right pieces are there. At the end of the day, the players got to make the plays, but I believe Coach Livingston is the right person. He has the right scheme. The players just have to execute it. And I believe they've brought in the right players. Something else I'm noticing too is with Coach Pecco, the D-line coach. I'm starting to see a Polynesian pipeline develop at the University of Colorado as well. And I believe that's always a plus when you can grab those athletes and bring them into the fold as well. And you got Coach Pecco and Coach Sapp teaching them. And so I believe good days are ahead for the University of Colorado. A lot of exceptional coaches and Hall of Fame coaches and all of these things, they had different experiences where they may have started off maybe not winning so much, and then boom, they win every year in and year out. They're contending for championships, whether it's the conference championship or the national championship. They're getting good players, top players, and all the players in between. You have to have an eye for talent, and it's not always coming from a 5-star. It's not always coming from even a 4-star. Sometimes those players that are a 1-star, unranked, unrated, like a Cam Ward, nobody was paying any attention to Cam Ward coming out of high school, but everybody sees how that plays out. So you have to have an eye for talent across the board. And I believe Coach Prime has that. Coach Prime's health is good. He's around the building and he's got an eye on everything. And I believe he's going to have a very successful 2026 season. And a lot of people are going to have to eat their words, at least the folks that's willing to do it. Some folks will never admit that they were wrong or they were this or they were that, and they just going to do what they do. I'm not talking to them. But those folks that, oh, okay, and it's already happened. The year that he went 9-4, the gentleman from ESPN, I can't call his name. He's like a college guru. He had to eat his words when they was winning games in first place and went 9-4. Coach Prime has also had his team ranked in the top 25 more than once. they're playing on national television quite often. Even when they were losing, their games were still on national television and generating big time revenue. There was a table that I saw on social media ran across, and it was talking about the revenue that these programs are generating, and it was a top 20. Colorado was number 20 on that list. That wouldn't be happening if Coach Prime was not at that school. And not only has he changed the local economy in the Boulder, Colorado area, um, he's also impacted enrollment. You got students wanting to come to the University of Colorado. When Colorado goes to away games, many times the games are selling out because people want to see what is Coach Prime's team going to do today or tonight or whatever time the game is. And so his impact on the game is unlike the impact other programs and coaches and so forth have on their programs. And I believe the winning will catch up and become consistent with that. And when it does, you better watch out because they're going to start dominating their schedule. I'm looking at what's coming in. They just picked up a new running back out of high school, kid by the name of Cam Newton. And to my understanding, no relation to Cam Newton, the quarterback. But this kid had at the running back position, his senior year, he had like 2,500 yards of rushing and scored 41 touchdowns and was a Army Navy All American, played in the game or whatever. I think that's the name of the game. That's unheard of types of stats, and those types of players are consistently coming in. Oh well, they lost a lot of talent off the team. Those kids hightailed it out of Boulder because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know that. Look, I wouldn't feed into stories like that people are telling because they don't know, or maybe somebody might be disgruntled, or maybe they get more money to go somewhere else. Maybe somebody wants to play more and they were like, you know what, I might not play that much here as much as I want to right now, and I don't want to wait, so I'm leaving. um lots of reasons. So I wouldn't feed into too much of what people are saying about what's happening in Colorado, especially if they're not there. Oh well, I'm connected to it. The kids do this, or I'm in contact, and don't believe the hype. That's like somebody telling you what's going on in your house. They know what's happening in don't even go there. And so Boo Carter, I believe, has the potential to be Colorado's next Heisman Trophy winner this season or the next. And so I just wanted to come on and talk to you all about that. And I called this out not too long ago that if Boo Carter jumped in that transfer portal, he was going to end up at the University of Colorado playing for a coach that knows what to do with his talent. Oh well, Coach Prime, Indiana's coach, Coach Signetti, he brought all those players from James Madison. Look at his program. Hey, it's hard to compare one coach to the other in terms of their path to success. I don't think anybody's path is the same. So, and that goes extends past coaching. That's just people in general, whatever profession they're in. Everybody's path is like a fingerprint. It's different. And so when people try to say what this person did or what that person did, you know, I think that's inappropriate. Try this and see how it works out for you. If you're married, your wife, your significant other, go compare her to another woman and see how that works out for you. So I just wanted to come on, talk about Boo Carter. I think he's a major pickup. I think Coach Prime knows exactly what to do with his ability. And I believe Boo Carter can be and probably will be the University of Colorado's next Heisman Trophy winner. This is D. Allen with Life Lesson Sports, and I'll talk to you again real soon.